Okay, we're gonna plug up and get started. Welcome in, especially the little ones. I hope this finds a whole bunch of you young creative minds, regardless of your age. But yeah, we're gonna go back in on this a little bit more. We're almost there. We're almost there. Today is Friday, January 16th. So the main purpose of these recordings is to just chronicle the journey, pretty much. And along the way, hopefully, inspire some people to continue or get back into their craft. And also, you know, have some conversations, more in-depth conversations, I should say. What I like about this wood, it gives these little marks you can't really plan on, but they work out for certain things, like these chains are gonna look a lot more natural because of the grain of the wood, as you can see. And I'm just gonna leave it like that too until I get to the darker colors. But I'm gonna change some of these tentacles into chains. I think that adds a little more drama to it. And that's what I'm going for with this one. It's a bit more drama, but more so a condensed uh, chronicling of the experience. Like, I feel like there's a lot in this based on just experience. Plus, there's also the element of, we can call it foreshadowing, if you will. To use art to your benefit really is really what it's about. It's like if you have a vision in your head, like what we did today, yesterday in class, I invited the children to draw pictures of places they've never been and to draw themselves there. And in doing so, you influence the subconscious mind. It's one of those, I guess you could call it, some folks would call it a cheat code or a hack. But, however you feel about that. But that's a way to focus your mind and then to have it in your space, hanging on the wall. You're not always looking directly at it, but but your mind picks it up being in the room. So, you know, an image or a picture can really change the mood of a space, whatever space it's in. You know, like if you were commissioned to do like a painting for, let's say, a hospital or something, right? It'd be like what you would do is figure out what they serve, what they deal with the most, you know. And this gets a little bit more spiritual, and it's going to be that way. So, um, just a heads up. But let's just say they deal with cancer of the liver or something like that. We'll just say the liver and the heart or something along the lines of the main problem that they see. You know, you could use the alchemy of what you know about colors and emotions. You know, the liver stores anger, you know, so that would be a reddish color. So let's just say you want to get that person back to a heart-centered color, a pink or a green or something like that, to promote those feelings, because that's where the attention should be in healing. Not so much on the cure, but the alleviation of the cure, you know, getting to the root of it. Because certain paintings bring out certain emotions, and it allows you to the personal space to deal with it. You know, some people don't want to. Um, let's just say some people may not be ready to talk about whatever's going on in life. You know what I mean? But you may see a picture that reminds you of that, and it allows you to visit that world. For one, you realize that somebody else is going through it, but what they're showing you is how they've alchemized it. That same feeling, it turned it into a work of art. And within that work of art is the artist's journey out of that feeling, if that makes sense. And that allows one to, so like back to the hospital example, not saying the best artist in the world would do a great job, but somebody who's battled those issues themselves and came out on the other side as artists would be great, because they understand that process of emotions, of healing themselves through their craft. And it allows the viewer to interact with that energy. It's like, you know, everything in this universe goes where the mind goes. The energy flows to the whatever you're paying attention to, you know. That's why there's so. And then work on another piece too at the same time. I actually want to do that because it's kind of themed around the same kind of thing almost. But we got the other one. If you were here the night before, we went over that one. And a lot of mine have been like that in the past. There will be a painting that's finished that you'll see, but there'll be like 5 other paintings underneath that kind of didn't make the cut, so to speak. And those turn out to be some of the best ones, honestly. they're a little bit more defined. Something I've never done before. A whole horde of piranha, that's kind of different. It's just a whole lot of chaos, really, in color when you think about it. So you don't have to worry so much about getting it kind of looking a specific way. Kind of let it just do its own thing. Yeah, that looks better. I used to use black a lot. It's just being lazy, I swear. Because there's some colors that are really close to it that still get the job done. That really add into it. You see how it is? And this is basically, I'm just smearing right now. I'm not really painting on this as much as I'm smearing. And that's what I like about the wood, how it holds the colors. The only danger of it, where the canvas has the advantage is this stuff can peel, like, because it's going in. And if you happen to get a nick in it, it'll start peeling like that right there. That's a piece of wood. But I kind of like that because it reminds me to revisit it and touch it up if I have to. Just be mindful, you know? Another good thing about big ones, they make you move around. I'm gonna have to get up and get the rest of this. Because sometimes you get stuck sitting in one position for too long. Oh my God. And I can figure out, let me see. What did I do with my gray? Gray would be the obvious choice for that, but we're gonna use a little ivy green. I wanna see what that looks like on the chain. You know what I mean? Give it kind of like an algae look, I guess. Just algae on this chain, which would denote time, which means that he might have been down here we could be looking at super beings, immortals, immortal lovers. And I like that because now it really gives it like a feel of texture, almost like moss. Yeah, I think we're gonna roll like that. We're gonna roll like that. I thought I had some gray. I know I do. Where did I put it though? Let's see if that changes the mood for a little bit. Mm-hmm. Then I got some digital work to do. We're gonna do some digital work this weekend. Make a brush that's too small. And I'll wrap it around here. And I'm gonna do them tight here. I've never done tight chains, like really overlapped. And I think I'm just going to hint at that thing. Like such. And then we'll figure out the rest. So a little green, I guess. Here. Get that down here. Some of these little spots. And we'll hint at chains across his waist. And then we'll darken them up to push them back. And really just hint. Because I want to make it seem like it's wrapped around This is a soupy green. I don't know why I got so soupy. These big ones, you really gotta shake them up. It's not thick at all. There's a good change in color. It's a little bit better. But not quite. Get some blue. I know what we use. I know I have that. Where's that beige? Probably in the bag. What the hell was that? Oh. Ooh, we got a lot of goodies. We got a whole lot of goodies. Got a nice little yellow. And here are the gray boys. I think this is what I used. Well, that's soupy too. Well, that didn't go in my drink. Yeah, it's something around this. But that's a nice color. Get in there. Jeez. I must have left it out in the sun or something. A little heavy. That's all right. Okay, ooh, yeah, that. All right. Let's go back to that green. And you know what? Let's not make too much more work for myself. Do the white first. And we'll let it dry. And then put the green on top. 15 good minutes. 15 good minutes. What do we want to touch next? That ponytail, so to speak. Let's match that with blue. That's interesting. That gold, that blue. That's a nice touch. Still kind of figuring her hair out, for sure. I kind of see it already, but just play with it. We can always go back over it. I kind of wanted to make this a sea anemone. And it would kind of look like a crown, I guess. We can do that to her ear. Maybe like an elf almost. Or some kind of jewelry. Yeah, we might as well use this. Use this up. It's like a pale yellow, feels like. It'll get there. It'll get there. for the last couple of minutes, we will. And we got to want to get some of these tentacles. It's nice how that grain, it's almost creating barbs on the ends of the tentacles without me having to do anything. You know, little sticky parts of the tentacles. I feel like watching a really good documentary tonight on the natural world. That was my shit at the library, bro. All the BBC and National Geographic joints. Just a nerd like that. We're gonna do something with that. I want to make her more aquatic looking. Just a tad bit. And then figure out what we're going to do with his arm. Because that was supposed to be the hand, but that's not going to work. That's not going to work. So before we go, let's play with that area right there. Because like I said in the beginning about the artist journey and working toward things like, there's certain things in life, like issues or things like that, that we avoid on purpose because we don't want to deal with it. Like that's one of them spots that reminds me of that. So we're going to deal with it. And a big reason we do that is because of the uncertainty of it all. So let's get a tad bit uncomfortable with it. See, we didn't need gray. We just use blue. Oh, there's that black again. It's alright for right here though. I really want to get a shadow going with her arm. Just his clothes, it'll start to give the fabric a little bit more reality. See, we're gonna work through it. We're gonna work through it. And we can go a little bit darker with the chain as a result. Especially where it overlaps. The chain overlaps. And real dry. This is a dry brush. So it's just going to leave a little skid mark, which is what I'd rather have right now. You know what I'm saying? It just helps. But we gotta get that out. Pat that down. And then just kind of push it into the background. That's better. A lot better. So 1 minute left. I'm gonna wind it down, but this was a great recording, January 16th, 2026.